Hello darling, today we're making vintage inspired Valentine cards using things you probably already have around the house. No need for a trip to the store, no overpriced mass-produced cards, just a little creativity, some repurposed supplies, and a whole lot of heart. Now don't get me wrong, I love Valentine's Day, but it seems to me that lately it's become a bit manufactured. So instead of grabbing that generic Valentine card off the shelf at the drugstore, why not make something truly one of a kind? Handmade cards have an extra magic, personal touch that really makes them special. Plus, crafting with what we already have is resourceful, creative, and let's face it, it's a lot more fun than standing in line at the store. So if you're ready to make something beautiful and meaningful, grab your paper scraps and your glue and your scissors and let's get started.
To make our Valentine cards, we're going to use an assortment of different holiday Valentine themed scrapbook paper and also some leftover paper envelopes. I also found these little heart cards that will be great to be a template, and I just also have smaller pieces of scrapbook paper, hearts, there's some doilies. I've also got some stickers and some glitter, but I recommend you just use whatever you have around the house. We're going to use some plain white glue and also a glue stick. I also brought out some glitter in case I wanted to use that. And of course you need your scissors. We're going to start off by making a small heart template out of a heart card. And I'm actually going to make this template available to you on my website, which I'll link in the description. So I'm tracing the heart on some cardstock and I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. So I decided that I'm going to make heart-shaped cards at first, and I'm making sure that the heart is going to fit in the envelope that I'm using. I'm going to make the folded edge of the card by measuring how wide the heart is. And then I fold the paper on the mark, and so this will allow me to make about 3 cards. So I'm folding the cardstock, and then I'm going to trim away that extra bit. Starting at the top of my folded cardstock, I'm going to measure where the heart will intersect the corner of the paper. In other words, this will be the fold in the card. Then trace around the heart, and I repeat this 2 more times. And now I'm cutting out the hearts. I'm making sure to leave about an inch overlap on the fold side so that we can still open our card. Next, we can decide how we want to decorate our hearts. I decide I'm going to do another scrapbook paper overlay, so I'm taking my original template for the heart and I'm tracing that, and then I'm going to cut that out, and then I'm going to slightly make that heart smaller so that it fits on top of the other heart. So here I'm sketching a line about 1/4 of an inch around the edge of the heart, and then I'm going to trim it. This is the part where you want to do whatever comes to mind, decorate your cards however you want. I'm going to repeat that process using different scrapbook papers, doilies, and hearts. Here I'm just setting a few objects onto my heart so that the paper doesn't curl while the glue dries. Next, I'm going to make some traditional style cards that are just rectangles, and I'm going to use these vintage graphics from the Graphics Fairy. The process is basically the same as with the heart. You're going to take your cardstock and measure it so that it fits in your envelope. Cut it and fold it so that it will make a card shape. Now that I've got my basic envelope shape, I'm going to cut out my Valentine graphic. And you can repeat this process until you have as many cards as you need. Okay, so maybe I got a little carried away with how many cards I made. I wanted to show you an assortment of cards that I made just to show you the possibilities.
So now you have some sweet, handmade, unique Valentine cards. And isn't it great that we use repurposed supplies to make them? I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.